Testing, testing.
Not no live stream. Okay, go on now.
Testing, 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 testing. Microphone testing. Testing, 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 testing. Microphone testing. Right, welcome to Yaadie Hands. Welcome back for those of you who have joined us before. We continue our coverage of Hurricane Melissa and we are taking you out on the streets of Kingston. It is October 28th. This is Tuesday morning and we do not know what to expect as we go out. Last night was windy. Certainly not in the same way that many other parishes have experienced the wind, and it was rainy as well. So we are taking you out from New Kingston and we are going to head downtown. We want to look back at the waterfront. Yesterday in the afternoon at about 3 o'clock when we went down, the water was almost over the wall. So we're heading back down there to see what happened, and along the way we'll show you any scenes of interest. Normally on this channel we would bring you more positive things about Jamaica. We'll show you the fun side and the things that people really enjoy about this island paradise. Today and for the last couple of days we've kind of change our trajectory so that we can keep you in the loop with what is happening on our island with Hurricane Melissa. This is going to be a trying time for many of us, especially for the parishes on the other side of the island. We are in the east in Kingston. The warnings have been updated and persons in St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, Manchester, I think was one of them, Westmoreland, Hanover, that side of the island, they are going to be getting the brunt of it today going forward.
And we are actually traveling down on Kensington Crescent now, so you'll be hearing the voice of the female, you'll hear the voice of the male. We are now traveling down Kensington Crescent, giving you an idea as to what the area looks like. So of course she will give you more detail and show you more photograph. I am just the driver for the moment, so keep tuning and dropping the shot where would you like to see that you have not been seen and you would like to know about.
So I hope you heard the driver in the background. It's Yaadie Hands driver. We are traveling down Kensington Crescent and we invite you to leave your comments. Tell us if there's an area in Kingston that you want to see what's happened. We're not sure if we'll make it back to Benston Gully and Charlton Gully today, but we'll see. We will be here as long as it's safe to do so and as long as our battery power and the internet keeps up with us. So far we think we'll be okay. In the description of this video later on we will go and link the listing of the parish emergency numbers posted by ODPEM, as well as the shelters, the list of shelters across the island.
Alright, so we are now in
So if it is that you still do not know where to go, we hope you'll find the information helpful and we hope that everyone keeps safe. So we're on Oxford Road and it's very windy out here. You should be able to hear the breeze. You should see things flying around. 1 and 2 motorists are on the street with us.
last night. That's what it sounds like. Oh, yeah, that might not work.
Can you hear that wind? It is really whistling. Alright, so we're headed on to Tom Redcombe Avenue. We just passed a billboard that is down here. We'll shift the microphone around now and again. You can see on the side of the road debris from the trees. There's a popo passing us by, just doing his rounds, checking around to see what's happening. We hear building alarms going off. A lot of that might have been triggered last night by falling debris and so on. That is over the Little Theatre, the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Library. And we're going to be headed on to South Camp Road in a little while. Fallen branches, street. Precautionary sandbags are up just in case. All right, we wound up the window so you may hear a little less sound, and the road is wet. There's one pedestrian. Looks like he went to get some supplies. So we're headed down South Camp Road, passing we passed the Jamaica Defense Force. And as we said before, we're headed to the waterfront to see what's happening down there. So stay with us. And please tell us what is happening in your neck of the woods. This information is very helpful to other persons who want to know how to stay safe, where they should or should not travel just in case they need to leave home. Alright, so the street here is littered with leaves. Fallen leaves, that's from the breeze last night. One more popo doing his rounds. One cyclist. Alright, and this one is okay, here we go. Fallen leaves, fallen leaves, fallen leaves and branches. This is South Camp Road. And the traffic lights are out. We imagine that the steward's banner is all gone with the wind. We imagine that as we get further to downtown, it will be a lot worse in terms of branches since they're near to the shore. All right, there are a lot of people on the street here. Where is this? On which road is this? We're still on South Camp Road, but these people are coming off of this little lane here. Not sure what happened here. There are quite a few people on the streets, covered up. Motorist there look like he's picked up a puncture. And there's another set of people gathered here. Not sure what is happening. I want to ask them what's happening. Ask them if they're okay. No. police again making his rounds. Alright. That gentleman looks like he's headed out to find shelter. Not sure which community he's coming from. Alright, this fence has come down here. We're still on South Camp Road. And we're now approaching the intersection of South Camp Road and that's Windward still? Is that still Windward Road?
East Queen Street.
And East Queen Street. Of course, the breeze has done a number with the lining around this construction site.
To the left is Victoria, to the right is East Queen Street.
To our left is Victoria Avenue, to the right is East Queen Street. We see one more pedestrian, and ahead of us we can see a gentleman lying on the sidewalk. Looks like he's homeless. Stoplights are working here. The gas station to our left is of course closed and shuttered. And we're on the green. Yes, he's definitely homeless. That's an old post that has fallen down that we just passed. A couple of people on the street down here, falling trees. Just checking out the place like us. Right, so we're headed down to the waterfront. Alright, so you can see the skies ahead of us. It is another gray blanket. And we're going to show you the sea again. If you can see it. Oh wow. Can't see it. When we get back around, we'll show you. So we're passing the General Penitentiary. This is in the Raytown area. Whenever we crack the window, you're going to hear a lot of noise outside because the breeze is very heavy. Matter of fact, I think you can still hear it with the windows up. So this is the fishing village of Raytown. We came down here yesterday. The tides were very high. See on the street here, there are a couple of people conversing. No sign of flooding here, no sign of water coming over, no sign of tides, but we can see the street is with the leaves from the palm trees that are in the island. This is but this is worse further down the stretch. We're going to turn back shortly and we're gonna step out of the car so you can see, well, provided the rain doesn't come down, so you can see what is happening over there on the sea. So stick with us. It is rough out there. Very, very, very rough. We're traveling along Mandy Meadows. This is still the community right after Raytown. One more popo, so the police are very active. I think that's the fourth one we've passed in the space of time that we've been out. All right, so here you go. Debris. These are leaves falling from the palms in the island. Strewn on both sides of the road and in the middle of the road, everywhere. Couple of people on the side of the road. Yes, they've come out to see what is happening. From the looks of things, no major damage in this area, but they would have faced the wind a lot more than those who are higher up because they're right in front of the ocean. All right, one bike just passed us. Hopefully he gets to his destination before the rain comes down. Can show you a little bit of the ocean on this side before we turn back. You can see the water is very, very high. There are a couple ships out there as well, you know. We'll see if we can get a closer view when we get on the other side of the road. But look at the sky. It's a little eerie, isn't it? Continuing on Manley Boulevard, heading up to the power supply plant. In our area in New Kingston, we did not lose any power throughout the night. Not sure if anybody else did. If you did and you're still out of power, you can drop it in the chat so that we know which areas have been affected. All right, now you can see the sea. I hope you can. Wow. When we turn, we're going to let you have a very good view. We're going to try to stop and go there and let you see what is happening. Wow. If anybody thinks that this hurricane is not for real, I'm telling you, the ocean's tell a different story this morning. So you're watching Yaadie Hands, and we are trying to bring you coverage of Hurricane Melissa, what is happening in the parish of Kingston and St. Andrew. We encourage you to tune in to real news. There is a lot of fake news, a lot of fake videos people are making up to get views. This is not one of those channels. On this channel, we show you Jamaica as it is, authentic, unfiltered, no cover up, no pretty up, just as you see it is what you get. There are no AI videos on this channel. Not to say that we won't use AI to do some things, because it's a very useful tool, but our videos are authentic footage of Jamaica. If you haven't yet subscribed, please give us your support by subscribing to this channel and sharing it with your friends and family. Alright, yesterday we didn't come this far. We're headed past the flour mills. There is a pool of water in the road. This section of the road is known to gather water whenever it rains. That's the Jamaica flour mills on our left. see those skies? They tell a story, I tell you. Driver, how far was we going before we make the turn?
Sure.
All right, just follow us. We're not sure how far yet we're going. At this point, we're on the stretch that heads to Harbour View. There's a community in Harbour View that was well, several communities in Harbour View that were ordered to evacuate. We know it is very difficult to get up and say you're leaving your things behind, especially when you consider that you may come back and not be able to find your valuables. And in our minds, we might be thinking, you know, if we are there, we can at least secure something. But I want to tell all of us who are in the path of this dangerous hurricane, if you know that you are not in a structure that is able, or if you doubt your house's capability to withstand the storm, please, your life is the most important thing you have right now. Consider that and make the necessary moves while you can, if you still can. Hopefully we can stay connected with the internet so you get the coverage. We're passing the Rockfort Mineral Spa. There's another big pool on the side of the road where the water is gathered up. Well, it's actually in the road, it's not on the side. And on our right is the cement company. Right, on our right and on our left. Go straight across the street. This is the left view, Carib Cement. That's the straight ahead view, and that is on the right. Water again. And as more rains come, this water on the road will get worse. Along this stretch is known to be a pool whenever it rains heavily. This is all still the cement company. Thank everyone for tuning in, and please stay with us. We're trying to bring you coverage of the Hurricane Melissa impact on Kingston and St. Andrew, and we will be here for as long as it is safe for us to do so. As I said earlier, we are going to be updating this video description to include a link to the hurricane shelters across the island, as well as the emergency numbers for each parish from the ODPEM's website. This is Yaadie Hands. All right, we're in the Harbour View area. This section of the road that we're on now is also known to be a pool. We're not seeing a pool here yet. And another police vehicle on patrol doing their rounds, checking on our safety. Total Energies gas station on our left. It is shuttered, doesn't seem to be opened, although we see two persons over there, but they don't look like attendants. KFC locked from yesterday, so any chicken you're not gonna eat, make sure I want to cook already, or the one out of the can. We're at the Harborview roundabout. This is where you would normally get your jerk and your fry in the evenings. Shuttered, locked, nobody there. I don't know where you're going to get breakfast this morning if you don't have it already in your house. Alright, and we're headed on to the Palisados. Let's see what is happening on this side. We know that the Norman Manley International Airport was closed 2 days ago, so we expect to see no life from the airport, but the ocean should be something to see. We're gonna make a short stop and show you what the ocean is like along this stretch. I did to go around here, sir. I did to go that way. Okay. Alright, so we're stepping out of the car to walk. So you're going to hear a whole heap of breeze. Let's hope when we come back the car is still here. Woo! Stand up right there, don't move. Give me a hand. This is the ocean at the Palisades. The wind is taking my breath away. Alright, come back to the wind. You should be able to hear it a little bit better. Alright, so this is the Palisados. The water is like a roaring lion. It is dirty. It is high. The waves are up. You can see the debris brought up from the shore. Alright, we lost connection.